Come on!
Somebody's supposed to usually take over now.
Do we not?
So what do we do?
Do we? Okay.
Welcome. I guess it's us. My name is. I don't.
And
know.
Brandon.
Hi.
My name is William Russell. I am the interim host of Culturally Irrelevant. Thanks for joining us. I'm joined by my best friends, Brandon West and David Wright. Fellas, say hello, please.
What up? What up?
Hello.
Culturally Irrelevant is a podcast where we talk about cultural things going on.
Prove it.
Okay, you're right.
So we talk about TikToks. It's a TikTok review podcast. I
Oh
thought
God!
after last week.
Very relevant.
And basically, we just read DC Drano's Twitter feed. That's basically all we do.
That would be probably a successful podcast if we just did that.
Right.
I like
Talk
that
about
idea.
how bad of a person Brandon is for driving a Tesla. Anyway, thanks for joining us on this episode. We are without Miguel Gonzalez this week. That's right. You heard it here first. Miguel, we don't know where he is. We're actually a little concerned about him. So if you guys are driving around listening to this podcast and see him, scream at him, say, "Hey, there you are. We've been looking for you." Something of that nature. It's a scary thing that we're dealing with here.
Well, yeah, I don't know that they will see him around because the rumor is that he
Right. Well, we're not going to say it.
Well,
but there might be hints if you look very closely.
Yeah.
At the screen.
Hey, sorry guys. Before we keep going, I just gotta grab some ice for my drink.
Oh, ice? Yeah.
Ice. Yeah, that's. Keep it.
All right.
Keep that locked down.
Oh boy.
Maybe if you look at our hats.
Right.
Alcatraz. Oh, dude.
Tell me more about that hat.
Oh, Miguel's an Alcatraz, guys, which has been closed down for 50 years.
Dude got caught. El Salvador got full. Dang.
He's on a tour. He's just on a tour. He's just visiting, seeing the facilities.
That's hilarious.
No. So yeah, for real, Miguel got fired from this show. We're actively looking for his replacement, so send your resumes to culturallyirrelevantpod@gmail.com.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll go for there. We don't want to linger on that. There's a reason why we got rid of him, so why are we continuing to talk about him?
Is there a writing sample that we want to include in that as well? Maybe a writing sample, and give us a clip of your of your talent, like a talent portion of this.
That'd be good. Send us your opinion on just various things. and then
to give us a justification as to why you think you're cool.
Yeah, that would work.
Oof, that's a tough one.
Send us a video of you parking your car.
Oh God, that's it. There it is. We just found the test. If we see you back in, you're off this program.
Yeah, even though you'll probably complete the task faster than most if you back in, because as we all know,
that's
backing
how
in
science works. Yeah,
it's far quicker. It's geometry.
I've established though that if you're backing into a space, I don't trust you because you probably need to make a quick exit. So, like, why do you need to make a quick exit? But we've already covered that. This is old news.
That's an interesting point. I just want to highlight the fact that I'm looking at the show notes that Miguel sent.
Rest in peace.
China,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Final show notes.
Number 1, China versus Taiwan. Number 2, illegal voter fraud, which is redundant. And then Doja.
There's the legal voting fraud, and then we need to discuss the illegal voter fraud.
There's two of them. And then Doge updates. You kind of phoned him in, so I'm kind of, we're just gonna go off script, off book, I guess you could say.
Left
today.
us with nothing.
I'm gonna take this phone and I'm gonna throw it away. Yep, and we're just gonna riff, boy. Yeah,
Okay.
we're just gonna hang out.
I love it. I love
So, first things first.
China versus Taiwan.
China versus Taiwan. So, who we supporting? Yeah.
I'm never one for underdogs. I hate underdogs.
Me neither, dude.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this for so long. Yeah.
China.
Get with the boys, you know?
That's
It's a dynasty.
Listen, honestly, they're spying on everything that we do, so I'd rather be on the right side when they finally take over and be like, see, I've supported you for so long.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's the same reason why I say thank you to AI after it gives me my answer.
You mean Shay Shay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I dated a girl from Taiwan
Dang it.
in college. She was
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay.
There's no
Okay.
such thing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was a girl from China.
No, I dated a girl from the city of Taipei. Can you at least say that?
Yeah.
All right. And she spoke really good Mandarin. And then one time I was ordering.
Shocker.
Yeah. And I was in Lynchburg, Virginia. I was ordering takeout food. And I was like, can you like speak in Mandarin to these people? And she was like, no way. She never spoke it around me, never spoke it around anyone. I think she was a spy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sleeper cell.
She's a sleeper cell. So
Why
if you're
didn't she want to
listening
talk in Mandarin?
No, she's like shy.
About her Mandarin? I don't know.
Sure. That's a little disturbing, a little upsetting.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Suspicious, to say the least.
So we're getting there. Things are going to all right, we lost David. So now we're down to 2.
This is fun.
We're getting there.
It's just us now.
Hold on, we'll fill the air for a second.
So we now, just for the listening audience who's not watching this, we have lost David. So I don't know if this was China coming and playing a role here or what was happening, but yeah, this is it's down to just Brandon and myself, which is really great because I feel like our banter has been primo, spot on this entire podcast, this entire series of as long as we've been doing this little thing called Culturally Irrelevant. The only 2 people who operate at a level that is so elevated that the rest of the hosts on the show don't comprehend. It's you and me, don't you think?
Yeah, they couldn't hang. Not everybody can. People think that they're ready to jump into the deep end, and but you know, hungry dogs got to eat, as they say.
They don't realize how that's so poor taste, having 2 analogies in one sentence. But most people don't recognize just how deep that water is.
Yeah,
and your floaties don't work.
It's true. So as I try to figure out the things that have happened over the past week, which I'm looking, it seems like nothing happened over the past week.
Well, what did you think about Spartacus and his marathon filibuster in the Senate?
Oh, that's Spartacus.
Yeah, that's Spartacus.
Thank you. Great idea. I don't know. It's fine. No, the what was he filibustering?
Nothing.
So he was just doing it to do it?
Yeah, he broke Strom Thurmond's record. Yay,
and that was the purpose?
That was the purpose.
And what was it, like over 24 hours?
Yeah.
So it was like a representative from the Guinness Book of World Records there?
Probably.
It was one of those things?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sure that the parliamentarian is the clerk of the Senate was there to like monitor it all and is there to record it and probably be an acceptable resource for the Guinness Book of World Records. But you get the point.
Well, we should do a YouTube thing where we sit down and we live stream us watching the entire thing.
No, I don't know about that.
The whole thing, an endurance challenge.
I'm busy. He broke multiple records though, right? It wasn't just longest, whatever, call it a filibuster, whatever you want. He broke biggest dweeb in the world. Yeah. That was just shattered that record.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Eric
Swalwell was in shambles.
Eric Swalwell was like, I held that record for so long.
Some said it could never be broken.
Oh, he's devastated.
He's upset. He's upset. Old. Well, he is. What was his girlfriend's name? It's Chinese girl.
I feel like I'll get in trouble if I try to guess.
Yeah.
Especially since we're a pro-China show.
But
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you look at what Shane Gillis did, he said a slur on a podcast, and now he's the most famous comedian in the world.
All right, try it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Slur.
Beep.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No,
Oh,
I'm really
boy.
happy for Core. I know it
He's
meant
a
a
good
lot
guy.
to him. He's a good guy. We
Yeah.
all love him.
Yeah.
He
We support him here.
yeah, he was almost crying at the end of it. I'm sure it was a wonderful experience. People clapped.
If you look up grandstanding in the dictionary, isn't that exactly what he just did?
Kind of.
Well, it's hard because
Grandstanding
it's
has
like,
different meanings, but like in one sense, yes. Like,
Well, it's-
look at me. He's the pick me guy. Hey, pick
Right.
me.
Well, how awful is it that like he sat there and spoke for 24 hours,
Stood.
but we're trying to figure out how to talk about what he even did. He had 24 hours worth of content. We have nothing to talk about.
We should run it through
Because
an
of that.
AI. Summarize it.
I don't want to subject the AI to that either.
Summarize this 24-hour thing into
Oh
100,
my
100
God.
words.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine it would break that? It would break AI.
Yeah,
Grok would not be able to be like does not compute. Does not compute.
well, people are saying now that because he's talked for a long time, he might be the front runner for the Democratic challenger.
I love it.
I love
Yeah,
it too.
I'm
bring
here
him on,
for
baby.
it. I'm in.
Him, AOC,
Yes.
Gavin Newsom,
Yes.
and Kamala again.
Hell,
Yeah, and
again,
she's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
she's brat.
she is brat.
Lowercase.
So, don't you guys miss her just talking, her platitudes,
Yeah, it
her
was fun.
her nothing sentences?
Right.
My favorite's the one about Venn diagrams. If you look at Venn diagrams, they're pretty neat.
Oh,
And,
nice.
and they have circles, and they are Venn diagrams.
You know what? I agree though.
I miss it.
I miss that too.
Yeah,
now
she'll be
it's
back.
just, a lot of complaining on X and no one else to make fun of.
Yeah.
We're just kind of, I'm bored.
Yeah, me too. We saw Antarctica from the sky. That happened this week.
What?
So, one of the SpaceX ships flew over. I think it's the first time it's ever happened. It crossed over Antarctica.
Okay.
So
and
we have.
did
So
it
we
show
have.
the wall, the ice wall?
So
the
yeah,
flat Earth.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We finally gotten a clear picture of the ice wall.
Okay.
I owe so many people apologies.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There were
Does that go down?
giants.
Does that go down in Corrections Corner?
Yeah, but I just want to get out in front of it now because I know
Yeah.
people are going to be beating down my door.
Yo, this week's in Corrections Corner. Dude, I was wrong. The Earth is not round, bro.
Yeah,
We all apologize.
it's so embarrassing. But so we saw the ice wall, and I'll tell you what, just beyond the wall,
Mm.
most beautiful place you've ever seen. No wonder they were keeping it a secret.
Is that where Atlantis and P. Diddy's summer home is? It's beyond the wall.
Atlantis is P. Diddy's summer home behind the wall. It's
Oh, boy.
underwater.
You know what? For whatever reason, P. Diddy was also on our show notes, and he says that he did nothing wrong. And I don't know why.
Are you
I don't
serious?
know why Miguel did that.
I don't read the show notes, so
No, that's why we
Yeah.
don't. That's why we don't do that.
Why did
he wrote P. Diddy did nothing wrong? Question mark? Is that what I have it right here? I can pull it up.
Why would Miguel do that?
Dude, you literally wrote. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's maybe I don't. He knows something we don't know.
He's encouraged. He's actively wherever he is, whatever plane to whatever country he's on right now. He is actively encouraging us to tank this podcast, which I think we are well on our way to doing right now.
Yeah, we don't need any encouragement.
What
No.
happened with
Speaking of ice walls, what about Iceman dying today? I totally forgot about that.
who's Iceman?
Val Kilmer?
Tony Stark. Oh, Val Kilmer. The
Oh,
Saint.
the dude from Top Gun. He's dead.
Iceman. Yeah, he died today. I forgot that. That was going to be a great segue.
Yeah.
Ice
Man.
walls, Iceman, but whatever.
Dang.
That was a sinking ship. Speaking of sinking ships, hitting icebergs and crashing. That's exactly
What's the
happening
thing?
here.
Sinking ships, loose lip.
Yes, loose lips.
They
sinks.
raise. They,
Oh,
they
loose
raise.
lips,
They
shanks.
raise all
Shank?
tides.
Whoa,
Hey,
that was
Thank
close.
you.
That was close.
David, I've stepped on you. What were you saying?
Oh man, I was going to talk about the Atlantic article about the Maryland father who got deported. And
Tell us more.
well, the author was like, "Oh, this guy was just an innocent dad, and he got sent to, El Salvador." No, he was a member of MS-13.
Was it via a hot air balloon?
No, they haven't implemented that yet, unfortunately.
Oh.
No,
They're
but
saving it for 250.
the whole thing was like he had some order. Yeah, good. He had some something. I don't know. I don't know much about the law, but it was like, don't deport this guy. But he is a member of MS-13, and he is on a bunch of no-fly lists, and pretty bad fella. And then the Atlantic goes, father of 2 or father of 3 deported from Maryland.
Wait, you can't be a bad guy
Innocent.
and be a father.
Father of the year.
Yeah, father of the year.
Award winner.
Yeah.
2003.
I've been to Maryland, especially on the outskirts of DC. Nothing goes wrong there. It's all perfect people, beautiful, just the best people you've ever met.
I've heard
Trust
Baltimore's like a utopia.
Mm.
It is.
Yeah, they just shoot you for fun. It's utopia.
That's what we all wish we could be doing.
We broaden the definition of utopia. It's a utopia.
Yeah, if you don't think about it, then
don't
it is.
Look at it. If you kind of cock your head to the side and squint your eyes.
Yeah,
It's true.
great verb.
Yep.
Anyway.
New tariffs dropped today.
Hey, on who?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Literally everybody.
Let's go. Art of the deal.
Do you live in America? Then you got tariffed today.
Do you want to? You want me to read through the list?
Yeah, but do it like you're trying to sell me a new car.
Okay. Please hold.
But actually try though.
The White House.
So change everything about who you are.
I
Yeah,
like
okay.
this. I like this. And
Yeah.
make it, like a used car salesman.
Yeah,
Like you
like
would
you're
never,
really selling me on a junk.
right. Slap that hood and say you can't go wrong with this number. Right.
Hey, big guy. What brings you in today? You want to?
Oh, no. It's boss man. You
what's
know
up?
it's boss man.
man. That's
Yeah.
right.
What's
Hey,
up,
boss man.
boss? Hey, you trying to slap some new tariffs on this guy? You trying to get a little tariff action? Well, hey, we just got some inventory in not long ago, and got some new numbers I think you're gonna like. China, ever heard of it? The Forbidden Kingdom. They've been charging us 67%. You don't want to know what we're charging them now?
Yes.
34. You like that? 34%?
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Okay.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
New year,
Yes.
new model, new lease on life, baby. 34%.
Can you do better though?
Oh, can I do better? You ever heard of a little country called Cambodia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cambodia. All of the imports that we're bringing in from Cambodia, we're paying, all the exports we were sending to Cambodia, we're paying 97% on that stuff.
No kidding.
Okay.
97%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting away with that anymore to Cambodians. 49%.
Okay.
49%.
What a deal.
Try to send your beef stew over now.
What a deal.
Not gonna happen.
That's
not gonna happen.
We're making that rice and banana leaves in the U.S. now.
But wait, there's more. Is there more to this package? Can you sweeten the pot just a little bit more?
I guess I would ask, what's my out the door costs? Can you just tell me that?
Well, to really understand the out the door cost, you're gonna have to look at Madagascar.
That's a movie based off of monkeys and chipmunks and bunnies and stuff.
So little background on Madagascar for the users that don't understand.
Users?
The movie was so popular that they made a country about it.
Oh, okay.
So
Pixar needs to be tariffed, by the way.
that wasn't
Pixar, individual American companies.
That wasn't Pixar. So Madagascar, 93%. So we were paying 93% in tariffs on exports to Madagascar. Okay?
Okay.
Guess what?
Tell me.
Guess what, Maddie?
Huh.
you're not getting a free ride anymore.
Yeah.
All those penguins and shipping crates that you're trying to ship to our country.
Oh yeah.
Like you can just do it all day long. You're gonna have to pay 47% on those penguins now.
That must have sent the Gascardians into
47%. Hey, guess what?
No. It's Madagascar, just like Monaco.
Madagascar.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yes.
Well, guess what, Madagascar?
Yeah. Close.
You're done stealing our jobs.
Finally.
Brandon and Will, I have a question because I'm a very avid internet user. I go onto AOL, I go onto Google, I go onto Reddit.
Do you do Yahoo? Is Yahoo included?
Oh, I go MSN. So my question is this.
We'll take a quick break while David asks his question. We only have about 140 more of these.
My question is, when I read everything, any website I go to, any article, tariffs are bad. So now you're telling me that Madagascar is doing 90 plus?
93.
So that's bad, but isn't that racist?
Right.
To say that that's bad. Because they're from Madagascar and they are 3, 2, 1. Black.
Oh.
That's true. if my sources are correct.
That's a racist thing.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing that stinks about the situation is a country like Madagascar is clearly Madagascar first. And that's all we're trying to do. There's a reason why Madagascar is the place where everybody wants to live. It's because they care about their country more than they care. So that's where they're like, hey, we're not going to ship our jobs off to America. We're going to put tariffs so high that it makes it just unfeasible for anybody to try to come in and do business with us. So
I guess that makes sense. So that's why, every time we send the shipment from USAID to Madagascar, it's they're all down there waving their Madagascarian flags and singing the national anthem
No. Their national anthem is "I like to move it, move it." I like to move it.
Who doesn't like that national anthem?
So and we can see like a trend here if we look at all of the countries that Dave is gone again. If we have a trend, if we look at all the countries that have charged the United States a crazy percentage on their tariffs, we'll see that it's all the most beautiful places in the world that all they've done is take care of their own extremely well. We've already mentioned Cambodia. We've got Madagascar. We have Laos. So that place is awesome. We have Liechtenstein at 73%.
That's crazy.
Guyana. I can go on and on and on about the way that this works. So, ever heard of the Falkland Islands? So, all that's to say, time to pay the piper, guys. Time to pay the piper.
So the question that I have in all of this is, how much are we going to generate in revenue from these tariffs? I want to know. I would love to know a number that we're going to generate that we can add to the annual budget of how much money we're going to make.
Specifically from Liechtenstein, or
no, just universally.
Universally?
Yeah.
I would put it confidently right at around $600 to $700 trillion.
Is it enough to buy Greenland?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
No. Greenland. I have a guy that I called into the shop.
Give a dealer?
I had a guy that I called into the shop just to try to give me a price range. He's an expert on things like Greenland. And he put Greenland at right around $800 trillion.
So we're going to have to go higher and beat out the other prices. So what is $1,000 trillion?
$1,000 trillion. It just rounds back around to $1 million.
Oh, $1 million? Ooh.
It goes down.
So a couple $1 million should be able to buy off Greenland.
But what is it actually though? Is quint?
Well, the thing is, we need to inflate the cost of Greenland in order for it to wrap back around. So if we go in and we build it up and like just make it this thriving metropolis, then it'll circle back down to $1 million.
But what if we had our country's best salesman, Donald Trump, go slap the hood of Greenland a couple of times, like physically fly up there and be like, slap a piece of ice and be like, you see this baby? This baby's not going to let you down. It's been going for as long as it has been, and it's not going to stop anytime soon.
I would have to stop you there, Will. Our nation's best salesman is Tommy from Sheehy Motors down there in Pompano.
Oh, ad break.
Go say hi. Go say hi to Tommy. He'll get you a deal. Okay.
He'll say he just got a new shipment in a Chevy's, new inventory. You want an Equinox?
I eagerly await my royalty check from that little endorsement.
Yeah, well.
Did you ever watch those videos on YouTube?
Not with David giving those legs away for free.
Hey, did you ever watch those YouTube videos 10 years ago? And it was the Chevy Malibu, but they would like hide the logo. And then this guy, like,
yeah,
not Photoshop, but he would like put himself in the commercials.
Yes. What's his name? It's something Zebra. Yeah, Zebra Corner.
Yeah, Zebra Corner. But
is that it?
Yeah, I rewatched a bunch of them. But that guy ended up becoming a child predator.
Are you serious?
He's in jail. But
how bad was it?
I don't know.
Because his videos are really funny.
Let's play a clip from the video right now. And in 3, 2, 1. But
and
he's
in
jail. He's in jail.
He's in jail. Well,
don't touch kids.
I can't wait for him to get out and keep pumping out that content. Because that was good stuff.
Oh my Lord.
We separate we separate the words from the person all the time. We all still watch Little Bill and enjoy it.
The wheat from the shaft.
Yeah.
Chaff.
Oh, chaff.
All right, well, we found our podcast episode name. Wheat from the shaft.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
We're not going to live long enough to see an episode 13, are we?
You don't think so?
Maybe.
What?
That's dark.
China?
That's dark, calling your shot like that.
Excuse me, China?
Oh. Well, I mean, metaphysically, proverbially.
You're butchering words tonight.
I don't know.
It's
been a long week, fellas. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
How many how many Optimus robots are you guys going to order?
What?
7.
The Tesla robots.
Oh. Well,
just to have somebody throw poop on it, key it, and firebomb it? I 0.
No, it's not going to.
Is your car parked in the parking lot right now, Brandon?
It is, but Teslas are pretty safe in Florida, from what I've found.
You think
to be
so?
completely honest,
There's some pretty radical people down there.
Yeah, they don't care. Honestly,
they don't care.
Not nearly as much as what we've seen in other places.
It's only in maybe Miami. If you were in some crazy part of Miami, you might get vandalized. But
I don't know.
Boca, Palm Broward, no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean the honestly, it's probably like I don't know, like a 1 to 10 ratio in terms of the Teslas I see on the road versus any other car. They're just everywhere. If somebody was going to get all hot and bothered by Teslas being around, they would never be able to sleep. They're everywhere around them all the time.
This kid. Go ahead.
All the Bash Bros that drive the Tesla trucks down there in Florida, all the roided out yoke heads are going to get out. What? What do you want? What are you going to do?
Well, they just finished up Ultra down here, so those guys are all still hungover. But they'll be back. They'll be back on the road shortly.
Yes.
Mm.
We know some people who went to Ultra.
Who?
I didn't end up going.
And why?
Oh. Well,
you were going to go to Brandon. You were going to go to Ultra.
We were supposed to go. We had a guy that I'm friends with. It's more my dad's friend who his niece is the she married into the family that owns Ultra. So there was supposed to be some like friends and family, like all access guest passes that were given to me. But the problem was that I guess it was so crazy this year that the fire marshal came in and put a stop to all of the additional passes that were being given out that like weren't paid for. So for that reason, we didn't get to go.
That sounds like a completely valid excuse for why your friends and family didn't give you a ticket. Sorry, mate. The fire marshal wouldn't let us give you tickets. You got scammed.
Real bummer.
Well, no,
liars.
My friend got in, but he couldn't get any of his additional tickets that were ordinarily allocated to him, unfortunately.
Allocated.
So
why would you want to go to that then?
Well, it was I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't like to be able to get backstage passes and like be in the VIP area.
You want to be a groupie
for free.
Yeah, you want to be a groupie.
I would never go to like stand in the middle of everybody and the sea of people. I mean, I've heard it was a total train wreck, like backed up for miles and miles and miles on 95 just trying to get down there.
First day they had a big issue getting in. The we call it patrons, whatever. Sure. But I wouldn't think the whole event was a train wreck, but it's really
so. Well, this was on Friday whenever I was originally looking to go, so yeah, that was the first day. But I don't know why they still have it at the Bayfront Park. That doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense for how big it is.
Well, they moved it to
Key Biscayne.
Key Biscayne, but then it was in a bigger nightmare.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. People have to walk that entire bridge from the island all the way back to.
I guess
South
parking's
Beach.
Not as good over there. But it's just there's so much more room, though. You'd think that it would have been nice.
Well, you said your niece married into the family who owns Ultra.
My niece owns Ultra.
Your niece owns Ultra.
No,
okay.
not really.
Can you ask her why they named it Ultra?
Ultra cool.
What a name.
Why else would you?
Yo,
why are you guys even talking about this pseudo fire festival situation?
I mean, I think they pulled it off with some success.
I had a friend who went to the legitimate OG Fire Festival.
Please tell us the story.
I can't tell you his name. I cannot.
Can you get him on right now?
Redacting the names. Tell us the story.
Okay. So
no, please include the name.
He's a good guy, and he's really good friends with my.
I question all of that, but go ahead.
He is a fantastic guy. My dad, his dad are actually very close, and So like what what is it called? Fire
Festival.
What Fire did was they didn't sell tickets, and they were underwater, so they started discounting things like crazy. So he got his. By the time he bought his for him and his girlfriend, it was a couple $100.
Great deal.
Yeah. What a steal.
So he flew to Fire, whatever it was.
Yeah, where it was.
And I don't think he left the airport because by the time he got there, people had realized there's FEMA tents.
It was a total fire fest.
And 0 artists are on the island because none of them got paid. Believe it or not, Major Lazer won't go to a show unless they get paid beforehand. that's just facts.
That's insane.
Yeah, or Blink-182. But so they flew into the airport, were there for a few hours, and flew home.
Well, that's because Blink-182 doesn't have any money anymore. But that's
I don't know if that's true. Blink-182 is freaking rocking right now.
Are they?
Tell us more.
Tell us more.
Well, whenever we saw them in concert like a year ago, they I think sold out the American Airlines Arena in Miami.
What?
Yeah,
it's not called the American Airlines Arena. It was called the FTX, and then they changed it to something
what
else.
is it now? Is it Kasaya now?
It is like the Joe Biden Memorial Arena. He died.
Yeah. Miami's near and dear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very close to him.
Yeah.
Cubanos.
Where is Joe? Has Joe been on camera or been anywhere? Or...
No, Joe's been dead for about 18 months.
Talking to a friend who's coming down from New York, right? We're doing dinner in DC. And he's like super pissed because the Amtrak train is late already. And then they finally pull in Union Station, and they were like, ladies and gentlemen, we have to keep the doors closed for 5 minutes while we're here on the train. And he's like super pissed. And he calls me, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. And at this point, he's late to dinner. And he's on the phone with me, and he looks out the window, and there's like this 15 guys in suits and sunglasses, and this little old man shuffling in the center of them. And who else was it but Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Not Val Kilmer, no. Shuffling along. He took the train from Rehoboth Beach or whatever, Delaware, from Delaware, on his way back to DC for God knows why. I have no idea why he would show his face around here.
He always loved trains.
Perhaps he's just taking the train just for the sake of taking the train.
Well, whenever you get to that age, I think you forget a lot of the more recent things that you've learned. So for him, maybe it's like, how to drive a car or how to, fly in
We've
an
established
airplane.
this. If you've been president, you never drive a car again. But go ahead.
That's true. But I think maybe in his mind, the most recent thing that he can remember is how to board and, how to board a train, how to ride
How to disembark a train.
Yeah.
Do you think he got in the Secret Service cars after getting out at Union Station and was just like, take me to the Senate. I need to vote.
Yeah. And he got in and he's like, what is this small train? It's like, what is this small train on 4 wheels? There's no smoke.
There's no smoke. Sir, you haven't been a senator in 16 years.
Yeah.
Take me to the Senate. I must cast my vote.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you keep shoveling that coal if you know what. I gotta get to a vote, boy.
I bet Biden still has hideaways in the Capitol, guaranteed.
You
Like he
think
just
so?
chills.
Yeah, he has like at least two or three. Bro, you think Biden doesn't still party to this day?
Are hideaways a normal thing in the Capitol?
Every day. Yeah, all of it.
Let's talk about Capitol hideaways.
Will, force rank your top 5 favorite Capitol hideaways.
No, because they're undisclosed. No one knows what they are.
Well, Will knows.
I know a couple.
Not allowed to talk about them, but tell us what they are.
They are rooms inside the United States Capitol in the actual proper building that are nondescript rooms. When you're walking by them, it's like French doors. You know the French doors in your grandmother's house to like the linen closet that have the little slits on it?
Yeah, doors with a funny accent. We've seen them.
Yeah. You got it. Yeah, exactly.
They smoke a lot of cigarettes.
They smoke a lot. They smell really bad because they don't wear deodorant. And they're very hairy. They're very hairy doors.
Excuse me, it's called door odorant.
All right, tell us the actual story behind hideaways.
So I don't know if there's an actual story around hideaways. I just know that they exist.
Have you been in one?
Yeah, of course.
Describe it. Paint a mental picture.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You walk in the room and it's generally like one single room, maybe 2 rooms, like a room with a desk in it, like a working room, and then it's like a living room. And it's absolutely fantastic. And generally, with the way that they're positioned inside the Capitol, almost all of them have a beautiful view of the Washington Mall, looking straight down the mall.
Yeah.
And you usually don't get them unless you become senior, because there's only a select. I mean, not everyone has one,
But a lot of people have multiple.
But a lot of people have multiple.
But why are they? Why are they secret? Why does it matter that they're secret?
No one knows no one knows where to find you.
Yeah,
it's a hideaway. You go hide away.
Hey,
I worked for the late senator from Mississippi, Thad Cochran, or Bob Cockerman, or whatever he thought his name was by the time he passed.
Mm-hmm.
He had multiple hideaways in the Capitol that he utilized on a regular basis, and that would be the question oftentimes, like, where is he? And he's like, and the rest of the staff were like, he's probably in the Capitol. And I'm like, they stopped voting like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I just feel like the secrecy of these rooms became irrelevant with the advent of the door lock. So I just don't know why I don't know.
What? No,
but legitimately,
if you're
walking down the hall of the Capitol, you would not know that you're walking by a hideaway. They don't look like it looks like legitimately a closet. So that's behind that door.
The only reason I know about it at all is I was down visiting the house chaplain. So I was down there and I was just sat there waiting in the hallway. And I was like, why do all these doors have 0 labeling? No numbers. Maybe they do have numbers, but they don't have any. It's like, what are behind these doors? So I just go on my phone and I looked it up. And I kind of went down a rabbit hole of it. It's pretty cool. And only like a couple of them have been, photographed before from the inside, and some are like really fancy. And it's
bougie.
Was it JFK? Who was like the youngest? I know Joe Biden was pretty young when he got elected, but who was like a really young senator who became president?
Barack Obama.
No, someone else from a while back.
Nixon.
No,
JFK. No, I don't think Nixon was a senator. What JFK?
Was JFK a senator?
I think so.
I don't know. Anyways, it was just some young guy who was a senator.
Could have been.
And he had a bunch of hideaways.
Sure.
And they did a bunch of things down there that are uncouth, I would say.
Like what?
Beep. and other things.
Insert waitress sandwich jokes here.
No, but it's just interesting because it's like a boys' club, right? You know, you got to just who is it? The Senate Majority Leader who designates them?
Yeah.
So Nancy Pelosi doesn't have one. It has to be senator.
Well,
She has it on the House side.
A few people on the House side have it.
But there's like a billion members of the House, and so
it's
like,
mostly senators.
Right. It's mostly senators.
Good old Thad, dude.
You think Cory Booker has one?
He's
How
pretty
else
junior.
do you think he was snorting Adderall during his 24-hour stage?
Oh yeah.
He couldn't go back to his office.
That's
he
a
had
good
to
point.
go to his hideaway.
Do you think he really wore a diaper?
I think he should wear diapers 24/7 because he's
he had
a
a
giant
catheter.
baby.
He had a catheter. He had the pee bag sitting right there on the floor. You didn't see that?
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, the C-SPAN had a wide angle. You could see it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So hey, new level of respect for that guy. I didn't know he did it with a thing in his thing.
A thing in this thing.
How sick would it be for it to be socially acceptable to either wear a diaper or have a catheter all the time? I think that's pretty cool.
I would love it.
One time, this is embarrassing.
You don't have to tell it.
Okay, well, one time I was in 7th grade, and
You
I
had your
had
catheter in.
I had a bladder issue. I wasn't peeing my bed or anything, but I would always have to go to the bathroom. And I was on a 5-hour bus ride to Six Flags, ladies and gentlemen. And my mom knew about my bladder issue, so she goes, "David, just wear a diaper." 7th grade.
Stop.
I'm 33 years old now, and I've never told anyone that except my mom.
Stop.
My mom and I knew that, and now
that secret is safe with
4
us.
people know that,
Right.
including you two and our 2 listeners. So that's.
And you wore it?
I never used it, bro. I'm not a pervert.
But you wore it on the bus?
Yeah, the wheels on the bus go round and round, and the diapers on my body.
Stay clean.
Hey, they did stay clean.
Hey,
I threw it away
that's
when I
good
got
for
to
you.
when I got to the park. I was like, I'm gonna ride roller coasters, and I threw it away. But
You're
What
like,
was that like?
shifting around.
Well, wait a minute. What did you do on the ride back? What'd you do? Did you go dig the diaper back out?
Do you think this
no, I didn't I didn't use it.
Do you think this has anything to do with why you're
hold
now?
on. Will's looking at me like a sassy boy. Will.
What'd you do?
All right, let's
on the
edit this
5
out.
hour? What'd you do on the 5-hour
didn't
drive
pee.
back?
I didn't pee.
You
So
risked
you
it.
went commando. You should rip that diaper off. I want to
Yes.
understand the
In my
logistics
khaki
behind
pants.
this.
We were wearing our uniforms, by the way, because it was a field trip and we wore our uniforms.
You whipped off your diaper.
I took only if you say please. 7th grade, dude. How old are you in 7th grade? 14?
I think like 13.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No.
In some states, you're like 17, but
That's a
whatever.
crazy
No,
move.
9th grade is 14.
I think I was 14
12.
in
I was
8th
12.
grade.
I was 12.
That's still a crazy move.
My mom was just looking out for me, dude.
Again, Brandon, help me out with this. Like we ever have to twist his arm to get an answer.
Well,
He talks about his drive
I
to
know.
told
Six
you.
Flags.
I told you.
I know. I keep especially he was probably drinking all kinds of beverages and
No, I
sodas
wasn't.
and
I-
water
how many
while he
bro, I
was
had a
there.
bladder issue.
Like,
You guys are the worst, dude. I didn't drink anything. I had a PB&J in the morning.
What kind of bladder issue?
I was 12.
You keep saying bladder issue like you were like medically diagnosed with something.
I
You just
had to
pee a
pee a
lot.
lot, bro.
Yeah, okay. I don't think like I have so many people in my life who I guess
Yeah,
now
okay.
just
Let's
have
make fun of 12-year-old David. Meanwhile,
prescribed-
12-year-old Brandon couldn't even speak, walk, and he would just drool all the time.
I'm trying. Well, so
When
so
did
I'm-
you say your first word, Brandon?
that's
20?
incredibly mean. to
I'm
say
just-
something
And?
like that.
I'm distracted right now because whenever you were talking earlier about your adult diaper baby thing, and you said you had no idea where it came from.
Listen, we'll catch that next week. We'll on next week's episode, we can have some viewer questions about that to include. I anticipate we're going to have some voicemails, and probably
wait.
some very hateful voicemails. After
Wait,
this
should
show
we
is
should we
done.
call Miguel right now and get him on? You
no,
don't like that idea? Okay.
No. I think we let him ride. Give him a free pass. I'm sure he's still trying to figure out what's where he's headed right now, and
All
why
right,
he has these magical bracelets on.
Okay, so let me do this then. I'm not going to call him. I'm going to call someone else.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters?
Is this your mom? Can you call her so we can talk to her about the
we
diaper
do
story?
need to trust but verify.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the podcast.
Hey.
I figured that. I heard, can we call or should we call? And then my phone rang, and I'm just so excited to be on my favorite podcast.
Wait, so
You're not watching. Are you really watching?
Is this David's
I was
mom?
watching.
This
I
is
actually just tuned in.
this is Lauren Cooley, LC.
Wait,
from the
Lauren
Hills.
Cooley's your mom?
Hi, everybody. Do I win free tickets or like?
Oh, the problem
No.
is she can't hear
have to give
us.
a code word that you said like 3 weeks ago at the right time, and I win money or something?
Oh, if she does that, we're going to owe her a lot of money. Do
No.
not let her do that.
There's no
Do
giveaway?
not let
No,
do
there's
not
no
let her
giveaways.
do that.
No, Will just said don't let you do that. Wait, I think she's listening to the live stream so she can hear herself.
Yeah, but
I-
she's on like
no,
a
I can't. I can only
10
hear
second delay.
David.
Okay,
I
she
can't
can
hear
only hear
Will.
me. It's fine.
Will
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 said
said a bunch of really funny
Will can be mean
jokes.
to me then, and I won't know.
no. Will's not mean to you. Will loves you. We all love
I
you.
tell her that she's not allowed to say the code word. We don't
You're
have
not
any money.
allowed to say the code word. We don't have any money.
Darn.
Don't swear on our podcast. We're very Christian and we're very conservative, and we don't
Great,
talk
'cause
about what.
I love Jesus, so it's great.
No, it's fine. We just just so you know, Miguel isn't here.
He got deported.
He got
I did
deported.
pick up on that.
Poor
What,
Miguel
did I-
got deported. It's all good.
Another victim of the Trump administration.
Well, Lauren, we wanted you on the podcast tonight, but you were unavailable. So
I know.
we got to get you on.
Believe it or not, I actually have a life with things going on, but
Okay,
with
that's.
some advance notice, I would love to join
Hang up the
sometime,
phone.
like officially.
Oh, well, Will told me to hang up. I love you, and we'll talk.
You
We-
can't say things
How
like
dare
that.
you say that, Lauren?
You
Cooley.
can't say
Tell,
that.
tell her we are looking for a new host.
We are. She hung up on me, bro.
Man, that's a power move.
Dude,
You can't hang up on me. I'm
she,
going to hang up on you.
she just got me. But we are looking for a new host, guys. Go ahead and send in your resumes to Brandon. What's your first name, Brandon?
Brandon.
No,
Oh,
your
it's
real
Brandon.
first name.
Brandon,
Oh.
Brandon?
I don't disclose that on the public forum.
Okay.
I don't want to be on People
We'll
Finder.
slip into the.
Wait, since we know that, if Lauren might be watching for a second, can
I
you
thought she might
rehash? Can you rehash the diaper baby thing one more time, real quick?
bro.
Okay, David wore a diaper whenever he was 14 on the way to Six Flags, there and back.
There, it's the back. He has failed to explain. So he gets to Six Flags, rips the diaper off, throws it in the trash. Does he have another diaper somewhere on his person that he's like strategically right before they get back on the bus? He's like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom one more time.
Well, and the thing that doesn't make any sense to me is that how did he get the diaper back on the way back? Because there was nobody to lift his little legs up in the air and tuck it underneath his butt. You can't put it on by yourself. So he had to have an accomplice that lifted his little legs up in the air and stuffed it under his waist and tickled his sides to make sure he didn't.
If you're talking about me, this is very unfunny. You're talking about me?
No,
I beg to
no.
differ.
We're talking about the other guy we know that wore a diaper as a young adult.
12 years old is not an adult, but yeah, sure. I was just a kid, but whatever, dude. Let's okay.
Okay. Moving on to our next segment.
Nah, dude, I'm not gonna let you guys talk about me like that when my microphone disconnects and I have to leave. And then Brandon is just doing a stand-up comedy set. That's just ridiculous, bro.
Do you want me to do it again now that you're back?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to.
No winning with you.
Moving on to the next segment on the
Yeah.
show.
What do we
Weird,
ladies and gentlemen.
weird things that Miguel puts on our show notes segment. Play me in, Brandon West.
Weird things that Miguel puts on our show notes segment.
Wow, cool.
I'm taking an open call here. Anybody who feels like they can disseminate what exactly he's trying to tell us under this illegal voter fraud segment. 2021 equals 270K, but 2024 2.1 M SS numbers issued.
SS?
Yeah,
Bro.
we started at the top of the show talking about things that
Yeah, we always
rhymed with SS.
we
don't
always
like
tell
that,
Miguel
though.
we're not that kind of show.
They
I
don't like
never
that.
understood that. Why does he continually lean into that?
I don't know. Yeah,
Brandon,
that's very interesting. Thanks, Miguel. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Brandon, I think to close, we've been doing this for a while. I think you should share with us your experience of growing up as a hobbit. Brandon's under 5 foot tall, for everyone who doesn't know.
And he does have hairy feet.
I do.
And he has a hairy personality. So, Brandon, just tell us, being,
what was it like in the Shire growing up?
Correct.
Well, so it all kind of, my world changed whenever I had a very old friend came back into my life.
Your old friend?
He was a great friend of mine.
He was 120 years old.
He was incredible at smoking a pipe.
Okay. James Gandolfini?
He could do anything. He could blow that smoke in his exhale, and it would turn into a pirate ship that would just float across. What was your question?
All right, guys. Corrections corner.
Yeah.
Last episode, we had everything wrong. Everything we said, go ahead and don't listen to it.
We did have a lot of things wrong in the last episode, but
what was it? What was wrong?
You weren't in it.
What?
Will wasn't in the last episode.
Yeah, he was.
That's not correct.
No, he wasn't.
That's going to go in correction corners next week. We're already off to a smashing start here.
We had all 4 of us last week?
Yeah. That was the best episode that we ever did. We got to follow up with this turd sandwich.
Yeah, it's because Miguel's not here.
He's gonna feel that way, and it hurts. The problem is
his head's already too big. Let's not feed into it.
He is. One time he told me he was signing autographs at Chili's. I was like, bro, no, you were not. He's like, no, like I had fans of the show. I was like, that didn't happen, buddy. I'm sorry, that's delusional.
And people are begging us to do sponsorships. I was like, what are you?
It was just the waitress trying to get her to sign a check.
Let's go. All right, Wes. You redeemed yourself, you idiot.
I didn't want redemption.
You short moron.
All right, fellas, I think we've been culturally irrelevant enough. I mean, we've done enough damage to this sinking ship. Tune in next week for another episode of whatever this is.
No, well, next week, I think, if you guys agree, we should all read our cease and desist we just got in the mail.
Yeah, I think that's
could be interesting.
That we can read it live. Yeah,
maybe we could get a lawyer on the show.
Yeah, well.
Tell us how we're all wrong. You need to shut this down.
That's why we have to literally cease and literally desist. But all right,
maybe we just all show up on the show and nobody says anything, and we just have a lawyer read a pre-record or like a pre-written statement.
Is sign language allowed?
No communication, written, signed, or otherwise.
What if we have a special guest on that's like one of our friends, and he comes on and he's like, "You've been served," and then just gets off?
Yeah.
Bro, has anyone ever been served on a podcast?
I think it's coming.
Let's do it, baby.
I feel it.
I love it. All right, my friends.
Miguel's watching now. Can we just restart? Take it from the top? I feel like that's a good warm up.
Just do me a quick favor. Which one's Miguel?
Miguel, he's the brown one.
No, I think I'm done.
Done with what?
We're ending the podcast.
All right. Hey, dude, save that knee. Goodness gracious.
It's a leg.
How are we ever?
You know nothing.
How are we ever going to make money on this podcast?
You know nothing
about
human.
When you're just flashing
anatomy.
knee.
That's a leg, bud.
What is the knee attached to?
Bye, everybody.
Come on! This has been an episode of Culturally Irrelevant, a production by us. Check it out on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or any other major podcast platform by searching for the Culturally Irrelevant Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back with the boys next week.